Hey, everybody. Welcome to the GNDL podcast here with the three kahunas here on the island. We got Butts here and Dash along with me, Tony. We're going to be talking about some teams. Yeah.
Ooh,
We're going to be
Season 3. Let's go.
Yeah. We're going to talk about these Season 3 teams. We're going to talk about our favorites up in the top flight. We're going to talk the secondary and the third flights. We're going to talk about the teams that could come out of the first flight and potentially be our champion for this season. And just what we like about each team. Really.
All right.
So why don't we go ahead and just I guess we'll start. Do we want to start with Dash since first pick, I guess?
I like that idea.
In the order they were drafted.
Fair enough. All right. So Dash, what did you like? What were you aiming for when you were building your team here?
I was aiming to draft Blaziken, and I drafted Blaziken. So
Valid.
Honestly,
I will say
it was just kind of my plan was draft Blaziken and then see what came to me on my pick, and it was Mega Alakazam. So beyond that, it was just kind of complementing those with mons that worked well, and also a really late Volcarona that wound up my Terra Captain.
of course you needed to pick Toxapex with you. I mean,
Of course.
had to pick the Toxapex.
Every time I pick Toxapex.
I really like the Tinkaton pick. I think Tinkaton's very underrated in this kind of meta. That typing is something that it's unique. Like, there's no other Pokemon that has that typing, right? If I remember correctly.
No,
there's Mega
Zacian
Mawile,
and
Mawile,
Klefki.
Zacian.
Oh, the
Klefki.
Mawiles.
And Klefki.
And Klefki.
Okay,
But
Mawiles
that
and
typing
Klefki.
is always good on the Pokemon that have
Yes.
it. Apart from
Yes.
Mawile's stats are awful, but Klefki.
Hey. Don't
Well,
insult my
Mawile-
Mawile.
Mawile with whatchamacallit. Mega Mawile's kind of 30 at times.
That is true.
But-
Mega Mawile is very good.
Good.
Yeah. You took my mascot though. I will say that
Oh yeah, I did.
The Noivern.
the
Did you?
Noivern mascot.
And he made it the Terra Captain. So.
Yeah, man, you're really just trying to rub it in my face whenever you battle me, huh?
That's exactly the goal. Yeah.
All right. Well, I really like the Steela. I like your defensive core. It's super strong. So dealing with that defensive core might be.
Tinkaton is really annoying to break for a lot of teams.
Yeah.
I wish it got better recovery, but whatever.
I will say it does look like you have a little bit of a ground thing going on.
That is true.
He's a bit weak to ground.
I am a bit.
But I mean,
weak to
he
ground.
has Zarude, which is one of the best ground resists in the format. And like Noivern's obviously immune.
It's true.
And
Steel is immune.
Steel's immune, yeah.
So it's
like
it's a real gamble to click the ground moves.
Yeah.
Leavanny is also resistant.
Yeah, 4 times resistant. Yeah.
That is true. I don't know how often I'm going to bring Leavanny, but
Well,
Sounds like Leavanny's coming.
it was on
Sounds
the
like Leavanny's coming.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to throw me off for a match later today.
Watch.
I think Leavanny's coming.
Leavanny's just gonna roll over everything, become the MVP of the season.
It's cool. I'm bringing dual wing beat on my Latios, so I can knock you out through your sash.
That's so rude.
I bet you didn't know it got dual wing beat till now.
Definitely did not know it got
Yeah.
dual wing beat. Why in the world does it get dual wing beat?
I don't know, but my Dragon Dance Latios is coming.
All right.
And it's got dual wing beat. An Earthquake to take out Tinkaton. I don't know what it has to take out Celesteela, but
Dual wing beat.
anyway, dual wing beat. Anyway, enough about my team. Yeah, your team's really fast. And like even the stuff that isn't, Celesteela's got to totemize. Toxapex is never going to be fast, and Mudsdale's never going to be fast. But outside of those, like you're 90 and above for your speed tiers. And I assume you're never bringing Meowth, so I'm not talking about that. But
I am never
Yeah.
bringing Meowth. Yeah.
But like other than that, it's Toxapex and Mudsdale and Celesteela who can boost his speed, and then everything else is above 90. So it's a fast team. And
It's
plays
super
against speed
fast.
moves.
Yeah. You're to go against Dash. It's going to be a lot of choice scarves here.
Yeah, no kidding.
Really.
It's true.
Yeah, I
I've
saw-
played a single game and I've already played against
Played the Choice Scarf Moltres. I saw that.
Yeah.
With Dark Pulse over Fiery Wrath was an interesting decision because doesn't it have 10 less power?
It does.
And
I
do the
think
same
it has
thing.
a higher flinch chance, though.
Let me look it up.
I think he
All right,
might
well,
10 power.
not
if we're talking about that, we should probably just go right into that match that you guys get and talk about Coda's team then.
Yeah,
as
it's a
well.
good idea.
Oh, sure.
They actually both have the same flinch chance, so it was just an objectively bad decision, I guess.
Sure.
Coda also has a very fast team, I'm noticing.
That he does,
Or
actually.
not like very fast, but like solid speed. The highest speed he has is like
Scream. Oh yeah, it is faster than Screamtail. You're right.
But
Ice Cube's
as
130.
well, what?
Ice Cube can get to 130
right.
if you break his ice. But yeah.
That's true.
He does.
No,
Oh no, he dropped Ice Cube. He dropped Ice
did
Cube. It's just not updated on the thing. Yeah.
I see.
On the draft.
Oh yeah,
he
you're
did
right.
drop Ice Cube. But I'm looking at the updated on the team sheet.
Oh yeah.
But that Palafin is always going to be scary no matter what.
I know,
It is.
especially with the priority. Yeah.
It is Palafin, yeah. I really... The one game I played was against Coda, and I was just like... And I guess I just, like, get cooked by Choice Band Adamant Jet Punch if that's what he wants to bring, so...
I will say that he did kind of pick the, like, one huge counter for Palafin, and that's Mega Venusaur.
Yeah. Which was smart.
Super smart, yeah. So kind of covering all bases with that Palafin. I mean, of course, Palafin can still get outsped and killed, but, like, it's hard to do.
He doesn't have... Actually, his team is quite different than the one in this picture, right? He added and dropped a decent amount.
Yeah,
of things.
he added and dropped 1, 2, 3, 4 things. 4 things.
Yes, the team sheet is actually correct at the moment.
Okay.
Yes.
The differences...
The changes, because...
Yeah, the differences on yours is Zapdos Galar for Flamigo, Guzzlord for Moltres Galar, Ice Cube for Mamoswine, and Bramblegast for Carvana.
Okay.
Yes. No, I'm a big fan of actually Screamtail. I think it's really, really good. Like with Encore, Wish Protect, you can run offensive sets if you want to use its base 65 attacks. Which I really like to do because it gets really good coverage. It's got Ice Beam, Flamethrower, Dazzling Gleam, Psychic. It's got good physical moves, Play Rough, Psychic Fangs. You can use Terra Blast. Well, I guess not on this one because it's not Terra, but I think it's really good, both defensively and offensively. I'm a huge Screamtail fan.
Screamtail is definitely one of the more underrated Paradox ones. I will admit. I think it doesn't get enough love from down in the low tiers.
Yeah, I agree. I think
Probably
it was a
worth
tier 3.
talking
Oh yeah,
about,
you go.
too,
Sorry.
What the Terra captains are on all of the teams. I think we mentioned them for mine.
That's a good point.
But
It's true.
on this
Yeah.
team, they're Porygon 2, Galarian Moltres, and Lycanroc.
I like the Porygon 2 because Porygon 2 can use Terra Blast without tearing.
That is a good point.
That's true, yeah. And also, Porygon 2 can be really hard to break.
Yeah,
So, like, if you're just,
especially
like,
if
a
it's like
fairy
Terra
type,
Steel.
Or, yeah, like
Yeah.
a Steel or a Fairy.
Steel
type
Fairy.
Porygon 2, you're...
Yeah.
Probably Fairy more, just because if somebody's attacking you with a fighting move, Steel wouldn't really do much.
That's a good point.
Yeah. It's
It would
also
probably be just Fairy.
a
No,
classic Fire, Water, Grass core with Heatran, Palafin, Mega Venusaur.
That is
Always the
good.
Fire, Water, Grass core.
Yeah, I mean,
Always a
you
good
don't
core no
need
matter
to
what.
draft a Fire, Water, Grass core, but if you're going,
It's always a good thing to have.
It's a very good one.
That it is. I would say I also like the Terra on Moltres just because it gets no coverage moves in general. Like you're stuck using Fire Wrath and Hurricane or Air Slash if you're me. And then with Terra Blast though, you can get the coverage to hit all the things you otherwise wouldn't. Like you don't hit
I
Fairy
feel like
types super hard.
It makes it a lot easier for Galarian Moltres to sweep.
Oh, for sure. Galarian Moltres is definitely very scary once it gets going, but that's the thing, once it gets going.
I agree.
All right. Okay, so let's move on to the next team. So we just jumped from me to Coda. Let's go back up and do...
Let's just go to Ploopy here.
Yeah, Big Blue,
Yeah.
which is
As well.
always ready, and he has not changed his team at all. So the team,
I don't hate this team at all.
I like the team actually too.
I've never used Enamorous like at all. Never really seen where it goes, but like looking at like the 135 special attack and the 106 speed, you can already tell that it's pretty solid. It also has a great typing of fairy flying.
Yeah, it kind of learns no moves.
Yeah. I mean, it does get contrary superpower, though.
You can just do contrary superpower, though, which is pretty strong with 106 speed, 115 attack.
Imagine this Pokemon would be so much better if it got like a Leaf Storm, but fairy type.
Like Fleur Cannon, yeah.
Oh, Fleur Cannon, yeah, there you go. It would just be disgusting.
It would be totally broken, yeah. But no, Dragapult plus Enamorous plus Iron Treads is a good Fairy Dragon Steel Core. I really like Iron Treads in draft. I think it's super good just because it's got knockoff, it's got Iron Head, Rapid Spin, Stealth Rock, really everything you'd want plus Earthquake.
He does have 2 spinners on this team as well.
Yeah, well, he's actually got 3 if you count Toad School, but I don't know how often that's coming.
That's right. He did
tear
it.
Too, so Hazard.
Yeah, you're right. Rotom can get Defog and Napdex too. Yeah, he doesn't have a whole lot of trouble with hazards. And that's good because Mega Houndoom's pretty weak to him. So if he can keep the hazards off, then...
Same with Enamorous and Moltres. I mean, Moltres is awful with rocks.
Yeah, I mean, but you usually run boots on it, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. And unless you want to run Scarf on it, or Specs.
It's true. It wasn't Scarf against me. But...
Dragapult and Toadstool and Cutiefly Cantera. So basically just Dragapult Cantera.
Yeah, pretty much.
But guys, don't sleep on Toadstool. It's actually a good one, I promise. Like,
it's not bad. But...
Spiking and sporing through Magic Bounce is, if people don't know about that, you can really cook them up with it. Like,
it's true.
That is true.
Yeah.
Also, 100 base special defense is actually nothing to scoff at.
I know. Toadstool is actually good.
Especially with Eviolite.
I know.
The only problem is that 40 HP, which is really bad.
I mean, yeah.
Whatever, you'll be fine.
I'm a Toadstool enthusiast.
I don't mind it. It's a solid, like, it's a really solid low tier mod. Same with Cutiefly, because Cutiefly gets
yeah, because it gets sticky web and sticky webs. Yeah,
and sticky web. Yeah,
it's exciting.
Terra Dragapult's really nice though because it gives you physical coverage, like it gives you a physical ghost stab move, which Dragapult otherwise lacks.
I know.
That is weird. That Dragapult just does not have much physical attacking, like move pool.
I know if it got Poltergeist, that'd be insane.
That'd be dirty.
I know. Yeah.
I mean, I know it doesn't need it, but imagine if it got Shadow Sneak.
Nice. That would still be good.
Whatever. Like, if something comes in that's scarfed. Shadow Sneak, fuck that shit.
So rude. Dragapult does not need Shadow
Sneak. I would love to hear it and see it get Shadow Sneak. That'd be so funny.
Alright. I'm trying to make sure we keep a decent pace going.
Fair.
Yeah.
Okay, Cole's team is next, which is
Cole.
Sure.
All right, the San Diego Slowpokes.
San Diego Slowpokes. Okay.
We should probably read these teams out for the people who are unable to look at them.
Yeah, big brain.
So of course I've been looking at this team a lot. As I play Cole this week. Basque Legion's always going to be scary.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, last respects and in the rain.
Made any changes to the team?
No, Cole's
I don't think so.
Okay, the team is, he has Basque Legion, Zamazenta Crown, Pelipper, Ursaluna, Grimmsnarl, Nihilego, Raikou, Talonflame, Serena, Hisuian Sliggoo, Frostmoth, and Magikarp.
That Magikarp's so fucking scary, bro.
True.
Swift Swim Magikarp.
Yeah, so the thing here is Basque Legion Pelipper, obviously.
Yeah, that is disgusting.
Swift Swim, huge last respects.
On top of Raikou.
Yeah, with the Thunder, it's going to be insane.
Yeah.
I think Ursaluna is really good, too. I'm a really big Ursaluna fan with the Headlong Rush off the 140 attack, and it gets Guts, so you can't burn it, obviously.
Yeah.
Or else it's hitting even harder, and it's got Facade, too.
Zamazenta Crown might not be Zacian, but it does still have a base stat total of like 720 or something.
Yeah.
And with Iron Defense, you basically have to have a Ghost type to stop it.
Yep.
Which
I do, but we'll
is
get into that later.
Yeah.
I really I like the idea that he does have screens and he has really good rocks and spikes in Nihilego and Grimmsnarl. Nihilego and
Yeah.
Grimmsnarl work together very well, actually, because of that.
Yeah.
Because of the support. Same with that Serena pick is also huge.
The
I
rapid
really
spin.
like it. The spinning on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the Talonflame, not gonna lie, with priority Hurricane in the
Yeah,
rain.
do you get Gale
That's-
Wings Hurricanes? That's
Yeah,
pretty
Gale Wings
funny.
Hurricanes.
He definitely made the kind of like the most insane rain team ever. Because Zenta is what? Zenta's
Yeah, but part
no,
Weak to-
Zamazenta's not a steel type.
It is a steel type.
It is?
Zamazenta Crown,
the crown
so it's a
one's
steel
game
type.
Oh.
steel type is how it works.
So the crown, Zamazenta crown. I mean, that makes it get rid of the fire weakness pretty much.
Right.
Oh, hey, this is the first team we've seen that does not have a Mega Pokemon on it. What do you guys
That is
think
true.
about that?
I think it's smart. He doesn't have to worry about trying to switch in and like making a weak Pokemon good. Like, I mean, I'm sitting with Mega Diancie. I know I'm always worried that like switching in Mega Diancie when it's base form, it would just get shit on.
I mean, it does have base 150s and defenses.
Well,
but
I know,
Yeah, I know
but-
what you're talking about. The 4 times weakness is really tough to
Yeah.
get past.
So it's like it kind of works for his team because he has a very strong rain team here.
Yeah, like I'm looking and I don't even know what tier he would take a Mega from. Like,
Oh,
You know,
God,
'cause-
there's 2 rain teams in this division. My
there are
God,
2 rain teams in this division, and they're both pretty good.
I know.
All right, so Cole's strong rain team with evil Basket Legion last respects.
And Sliggoo, which can't get status in the rain.
Oh God,
Yeah, damn.
Don't forget about that thing.
Jesus Christ! All right, I'm picking up Golduck. Where is it? Where's
Golduck is
Golduck?
crazy.
Cloud9 Golduck.
Golduck
Not
would be
even
the
Swiss fan.
salvation for sure.
Not even Swiss.
No, I'm just getting rid of it. Cloud9, baby.
Man, Gale Wings Hurricanes are nice. Oh, you can be like choice specs, Gale Wings Hurricane.
Yeah, you can.
It is. It's tough. That
is
team
really
is
good.
very tough to deal with.
He drafted Talonflame really early too.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
This is gonna be really tough to fight in the future.
Okay, next
Right.
up we have Lucas.
The Auckland
Yes.
Licky Pies.
Yeah.
Yes, that one I think I actually made the team sheet for.
Yeah, I will say I'm a little interested in the fact that they took 3 Paradox mods.
Well, yeah. Okay, so here I'll read out this team.
I mean, they do have the sun, though. Oh, yeah, you read it out,
Roaring
please.
Moon, Mega Lopunny, Iron Moth, Skarmory, Sandy Shocks, Torkoal. They're the person with Torkoal, which pretty important. Primarina, Venusaur, Mesprit, Audino, Charjabug, and Caterpie.
I will always say I very much always enjoy Torkoal in this new meta. Having Torkoal in this day in Gen 9 is always going to be valuable no matter where you take it.
Yeah, they have Torkoal, Roaring Moon, Sandy Shocks, Venusaur, so that's...
Yeah, this team is like, to me, I would just run all choice items because, like, this would be like an OU team, like with Torkoal, Roaring Moon with a choice band, and Terra Dark, Iron Moth with choice specs, just spamming Fiery Dance. There's not really switch-ins to it. And then you've obviously got Venusaur, which is the best Sun Sweeper pretty much ever to be created with Weather Ball, Earth Power, Sludge Bomb, Giga Drain, or Solar Beam if you're greedy. It's got growth too. I think this is
You
an
can hit
insane
growth.
team.
Yeah, this is also, there's just a Mega Lopunny to deal
Yeah,
with. in
that's
addition
it.
to
Yeah.
all of those
And
things.
also just a Skarmory to nail down the defensive core. Although Torkoal plus Skarmory doesn't really work
Yeah,
that
that's-
well.
I was
but
going to say, that's a little... gonna be a little tough if you got a fire coverage, man.
I will say I think Skarmory and Torkoal, I don't think they'll ever show up together because Torkoal kind of uses similar defensive utility to Skarmory. It's just Skarmory's a better overall defensive mod.
Yeah.
I assume
'cause
that
Scar
Skarmory
coverage.
is just in case they don't want to run Sun.
Also, the team is very ground weak. Like,
Mm.
apart from Skarmory, you can just spam Earthquake.
Yeah.
Actually,
That's
It's
dangerous.
true.
I think Mesprit does get levitate, right?
It does. It does get levitate.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's its ability.
reasonable. But yeah, wow, that's a scary Sun team.
It is a very scary Sun team.
Especially, and Roaring Moon Cantera. So Roaring Moon is
Yeah.
gonna
I know.
crush some people to death, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Alright, let's keep going. Well, does one of you want to read out? Oh, hey, this is Tony team. Hey, Tony,
Yeah.
do you want to
Tony.
read your team?
Sure. Tornado. I got Tornado C, Mega Diancie, Sneasler, Zoroark Hisui, Ferrothorn, Rillaboom, Arcanine Hisui, Tatsugiri, Clefairy, Bidoof, Darmaka Galar, and Swirlix.
Okay,
Yes.
You had double regenerated, but you dropped double regenerated.
Yes, I did.
Alright, well, so the big thing I see is Sneasler Rillaboom, of course.
Yeah.
Sneasler Rillaboom I just drafted for fun. Like, I just wanted to, I want to see what it does.
It seems pretty fun.
Yeah.
No, I also really like the Mega Diancie plus Arcanine Hisui because there's pretty much no switch-ins to either of them.
Yeah.
And so, like, the combination of Diancie and Arcanine, like, smashing through whatever their rock resist is, I think is really good because one can break for the other pretty well.
Oh, yeah. And I also drafted Tatsugiri as a kind of buffer for that, just in case, because most rock resists also have a problem with water, right? Yeah. No. Because steel...
It's like steel and fighting.
Yeah, steel and
And
fighting.
ground.
And rock itself, right?
No, rock does not resist rock.
What? Am I brain?
Rock
I
does
think
not
I guess I
resist
am.
rock.
All right. Well, either way, steel and ground. I mean, a lot of steel types tend to hold rock or hold ground, and like hold ground is their secondary typing, and also the fact that ground does resist. I decided to go with Tatsugiri because Tatsugiri kind of works as like a third with those three.
I'm a big fan of Tatsugiri, actually. With Rapid Spin Nasty Plot, that was a demon.
It was like I didn't expect Tatsugiri to fit as well as it did, but then when I was looking at my team, I'm just like, I have a really bad fire weakness. I also just have to deal with like ground types better. So Tatsugiri would be something that really works, and Giri does really work. They also have a very fast team. There's that.
You do. I'm seeing how many of your speed twos I can fill in from memory, but that's kind of off topic. Anyway.
I think Torn T as like the facilitator is pretty important especially because, as I pointed out, you do have like Sneasler Rillaboom for unburden shenanigans. So Torn.
And what's great about Sneasler, I don't have to lock myself into that. Like
right,
using Rillaboom Sneasler.
It's good even with Poison Touch. Like it might even be better.
It's not even like it's not like Halucha, where Halucha the only thing you really can do is pair it with Rillaboom and go unburden sweeping.
I don't even think that's true.
Yeah, well, I mean, like it's the best like idea you can do with that, and it's just kind of like, you know. I'm saying like there's other sets for Halucha, it's just not as good. Sneasler, there's other sets, and they're probably just about as good, if not better, than the Grassy Seed Unburden.
Also, Hisui and Zoroark will bamboozle people, I'm sure.
Yes, and the only reason I brought that thing is to just deal with Last Respects.
Oh yeah,
it's honestly a really good decision.
Yeah, because I mean, I also just did not have much special attack on my team, so having a special sweeper does really help.
Also, yeah, actually, just having a good normal type is pretty important in this league where we have like Basculegion and Houndstone and Spectre illegal.
I literally brought Bidoof just to mess with that, but then I'm like, Bidoof is not a Pokemon that I can actually use.
Yeah.
But Darmaka Galar and Swirlix do have a niche that I want to try out.
Set sticky webs, doesn't it?
Yes, Swirlix gets webs. That's the only reason I have it.
Yeah, did you see Corbreb use it literally every other game last season? It was crazy. Yeah. I couldn't believe he actually made it work.
It's a smart move. I mean, Sash and webs. I mean, I already know I have a really fast team, but like having Arcanine Hisui able to outspeed most stuff, and same with Tatsugiri, it could potentially be game over if somebody's not looking for it.
I know.
All right.
I think it's a really good plan. But you go. Sorry.
The next team is Lukey's, which is the
Milwaukee Mudkips.
Here, but do you want to read this one out?
Sure. That his team is Iron Valiant, Jirachi, Hydreigon, Rotom Heat, Nidoking, Jellicent, Lycanroc Dusk, Shaman, Basculin, Cincino, and Articuno, and Spidops. Now, I think he's got a lot of good value, especially out of his lower tier ones, because like Basculin gets last respects now.
Wow.
Yeah, that's true.
And Spidops has Spikes and Sticky Web, and I think it's got other good support moves, but those are the two hazards it gets.
I will say something I like really a lot is the Jellicent, the Jellicent, Rotom Heat, Shaman, Watergrass, Fire.
Oh, he
Trick.
has a good Fairy
Dragon Steel, yeah.
Steel core too.
Yeah.
With Iron Valiant, Jirachi, Hydreigon. I mean, Iron Valiant too is just a completely ridiculous Pokemon.
Especially in draft, yeah.
That thing can take over a match in seconds.
No, I totally agree.
The trio of Heat, Jellicent, and Shaman really works because all of them deal with their weaknesses very well.
They do.
Because, yeah, I mean, and especially if you, like, get an electric type in, it's not only, like, you only have to switch to Shaman, you can also switch to Rotom Heat in that case.
I know.
Which, that's kind of gross. Being able to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it feels like a very honest team to me.
It just feels like there's no holes. To me, it doesn't seem like the greatest team of all time. It seems like a really solid team, just has no holes in it.
I would agree with that.
It's just solid. Like, you can't really break through it easily. You can't, like, it can do so many different things, but it just works.
That's crazy that Basculin gets last respects, though. Now I gotta
dirty.
Look out for that.
Yeah. No, I was looking at drafting it, but then Lukey actually took it before I was planning to.
Dang.
But it's okay. I think it actually will be pretty good. Okay, I did also just get all of Iron Valiant stats off memory, so not to brag.
I could have done Jirachi's. You did Jirachi.
Wait, so does that mean I'm currently the only team in my division that does not have last respect?
Yes, I think you are.
Oh my god. This is awful.
Better have a really good normal type, I guess.
I do have Zoroark, so.
Alright. Oh yeah, next up, this is kind of an odd team. Next up we got Ash, who is already undefeated. Ash has played his first two games and won both of them against Lukey and Tony, actually. So
Ash's team is deceptively dirty.
Ash's team is pretty dirty. I
agree.
Okay, it's Goldengo, a Houndstone, Mega Swampert, Togekiss, Ceruledge, Politoed, Mousehold, Meteor, Slurpuff, Glaceon, Leafeon, Shuckle.
I mean, the Shuckle, straight up. I mean, those hazards.
I know.
Always going to be good for
plus
anything.
Golden Go to keep him up. Yeah.
Oh, that is true. Actually, Shuckle plus Golden Go is a very nice little combination.
Yeah.
And also, they complement each other's weaknesses pretty well.
As I think I mentioned before we started recording, I'm pretty sure Ash is the only person in any of the three flights to draft Houndstone, but Houndstone is great. I mean,
I know.
You have last respects, and you can obviously he's not Sandrush. Houndstone is gonna be fluffy.
Can be fluffy,
time, but fluffy Houndstone can be really hard to break.
Yeah,
I know. I think fluffy Houndstone actually might be better than Sandrush, just because then it can Will-O-Wisp too. It can run leftovers and protect, and it can basically like live forever. And then at the end of the game, it can still use last respects, and it can also use body press, which is good to hit the normal types that would otherwise wall it. Oh, yeah. Unless it's Hisuian Zoroark, in which case then it can't touch it at all. But
oh yeah. I really kind of do wish I had Hisuian Zoroark on that first battle. That would have been a lot better.
Yeah, that is true. This team also has like a slight rain aspect to it. I wouldn't even say it's a rain team, but it does have Politoed and Mega Swampert.
And Goldengo. Yeah. Goldengo does really work well with rain.
Goldengo
it does.
The rain, yeah, but
Does
No.
Togekiss get Hurricane?
That's a good
It's a good question. I doubt it, but
Doesn't seem like something that would get Hurricane, but it might.
Let me check.
But yeah, also,
does have
the
3
Terra
ghost
captains
types.
are Saraledge, Mousehold, and Slurpuff, which that is
Terra Slurpuff after a Belly Drum? That's crazy.
Yeah.
and
It was
Terra.
gross.
I did Terra Saraledge one shot a Mega Diancie this week.
Yeah, that is pretty insane.
Yeah.
I think
There is no Hurricane, by the way, for Togekiss.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, this is a solid. Also, in classic Ash fashion, there are like 3 ways for you to get swept on this team.
Yep. Ash loves his setup sweepers.
And a Slurpuff and a Saraledge, so...
Even Mousehold would tidy up.
Oh, yeah,
I know.
True. If you get... Yeah, scary team. Not that surprised he's undefeated. I kind of like just like the little tiny Rain core, as opposed to Cole, who I would say has like a more all-in
Full Rain.
team.
Yeah.
Cole's entire team is Rain. Pretty much. Like, not is Rain, but like he can use Rain for it.
Okay, all right. Now we're on Forever, whose team is okay. There was one change, but all right. Does one of you want to read this out and chat about this while I grab some water?
All right. So we got Chi-Yu, Scizor, Crobat, Dashbun, Tangela, Walking Wake, Great Tusk, Sylveon, Lickitung, Electros, Whirlipede, and Vulpix.
Right, and then he dropped Walking Wake to pick up Mega Latios.
Interesting.
So kind of, it looked like he was starting out with a Sun team, and then after the Torkoal got sniped from him, he transitioned over to more of just a straight up smash you with offense from Mega Latios and Chi-Yu.
Although he does have Vulpix.
Does have Vulpix. I don't know how often you bring a Vulpix, but I guess it's an option.
And also, for some reason, I noticed this when he was drafting it. He took Scizor and Tangela when he was ideally going for Sun, it seemed.
Yeah.
Which was a little odd.
I get that Scissors, like, especially now that it gets Trailblaze, it's just a generally good Pokemon, and you need a Steel type somewhere.
That's true.
So I see the logic behind it. And if you're afraid Scissors going to get sniped, then, like, I guess. Got to take it when you got to take it.
I forgot Scizor gets Trailblaze now, which is Technician boosted.
Yes, and you can't wall it with any bulky waters anymore because it just Swords Dances in your face and Trailblazes you to death.
Yeah.
Then it wins the game. It's really depressing.
There's a lot of things now in Gen 9 that just got coverage to deal with its walls.
I know.
And it makes stall teams a lot harder to play.
I know.
What can Trailblaze now?
Scizor.
Scizor can Trailblaze? I think I knew that, but dang.
Yeah, Mega Scissor stocks really go up there too. Huh. Where is Mega Scissor?
I don't think anyone has
Did get drafted. Dang. All right. Mega Latios, I'm sorry. You might have to leave. Not really. I like that guy.
This is just an overall really strong team.
No, I agree.
I'm scared about the offensive prowess for this. I will say, though, if you can out-offense this, it could go down pretty quick.
I agree, because it is mostly offense. Like Chi-Yu, Scizor, Mega Latios, Great Tusk. That's all just like purely blow your face off offense, except Great Tusk can go defensive. I think on this type of a team, it might have to a lot of the time. But like outside of that, there's not really any other good defensive pieces. Like it's Great Tusk and Sylveon for special defense.
And Lickitung. Lickitung pretty good with Eviolite.
Oh, please. Knock it off.
Look, I sauced someone up with a Lickitung in a Little Cup game a while ago, but that was a Little Cup game.
It's got Wish. And also Tangela with Regen is also solid.
Yeah.
I mean, that's okay, but it is an offensive team I would totally agree with. You want to win quickly or it gets a little sus.
Right.
Speaking of more offensive teams, if we look at Mr. Butts' team out here.
That's me.
If you want to go ahead and read your team.
My team is Chen Pao, which is the Terra Captain, Mega Latios, Urshifu Rapid, Gliscor, Slowking Galar, Arctozolt, Comfy, Caparaja, Oricorio, Quilladin, which is also a Terra Captain, Munchlax, which is also a Terra Captain, and Carkol. Yeah, my plan was, when I saw that Chien-Pao was still available, was to take Chien-Pao and then either click Choice Banded Crunch or Swords Dance and then click Crunch and try to one-shot everything. And everything else is kind of built around Chien-Pao, trying to like get up rocks or to Chilly Reception into it with Slowking just to get a lot of free switches into it so I can click a lot of Choice Banded attacks or like to get a free Swords Dance off or something. That's the general idea of the team.
I do like that you didn't lock yourself essentially into that Chien-Pao thing, though.
Yeah.
Because there's so many other things you can do with this team.
You
build a defensive core around Gliscor and Caparaja and Quilladin. You could put an offensive with Urshifu and Latias.
I know.
You are also 1-for-1 on facilitating Chien-Pao to a victory.
I know. Dude, okay. Not to complain about this publicly, but I'm still so mad. 70% of the time I got 6 kills with Chien-Pao, but I landed on the 30% where I don't. Because I got flame bodied. I was so sad.
You did still win the game, though, handily.
Yes, but this is the Chien-Pao kill leader season, all right? Going for the MVP.
Going for the offensive Pokemon of the season.
Yeah, exactly.
I also think you have a fun little Arctozolt on your team because you want to hit Chilly Reception with Glowking a lot.
Yeah, Chilly Reception into the Arctozolt, and then I can...
Arctozolt's an electric immunity, too, right?
It is.
Randomly need it to be.
So is Gliscor, but... Yeah, I'm excited to use Oricorio. I think I'm mostly going to run it Ghost, just because I don't have another Ghost type, and I like spin blocking. But I don't know. I'm probably going to I'll try to utilize some of the other types, but I really like the idea of Ghost Oricorio. And then, like, obviously, it gets Quiver Dance now. So, like...
Wait, it gets Quiver Dance with Dancer?
Well, yeah, it only works once, but, like... Yeah, it's got Quiver Dance.
Still can Quiver Dance with Oricorio now.
You can, theoretically. Yeah.
Also, Glowking is a fantastic draft league mon that has Chilly Reception now, so... Also,
I know.
Urshifu Rapid Strike and Chien-Pao together are just demonic to prepare for.
That's what I'm saying. One's got Swords Dance and the other's got Choice Band every week. Or I brought both of them Swords Dance in the first game. But it's going to be exciting. A lot of offensive power from those two. And then Mega Latias, don't sleep on it. I'm telling you, I'm bringing Dragon Dance sometime. Like I told Dash, after a Calm Mind, I one-shot everything on his team not named Tinkaton. And I do only like 80% to Celesteela with a Thunderbolt. But other than that, he's getting cooked.
Damn, we got some trash talking going on.
I know. Yeah. Talking hella trash. His team is totally different than the one on the dock, right?
Yeah, I think I updated that. Which one is he?
He's Hamilton Toxic Grand Bulls. Oh, okay, yeah. It's
that one's updated.
On, like, his actual
on his team sheet.
Yeah.
I will always like Tinglu in draft. Let's start with that.
I'll
Drop
read
8
his
Pokemon.
team out. He has Dragonite, Iron Bundle, Tapu Koko, Tinglu, Mega Slowbro, Gengar, Hitmonlee, Tauros, Reboot, Marini, Dracloak, and Fortress.
Oh, yeah.
This is a super top-heavy team.
Oh, yeah.
And
to me, it feels like there's like 7 Pokemon that he's going to use.
Yeah, I wouldn't sleep on Swords Dance Reboot, guys. I think because it gets Swords Dance now, and it's still got Libero.
That's true.
I think it's pretty good.
Yeah,
I mean,
good for a tier 6.
Yeah.
The more important thing, the Terra Captains are Dragonite and then 2 tier 6s, but Dragonite.
I know.
Terra Normal Dragonite is always going to be a threat in any kind of meta.
It is. Like with just the Dragon Dance Extreme Speed. Plus it can do all kinds of stuff to get itself set up because it's got Encore. It's got like obviously everything has Substitute, and with multi-scale you can't knock it out in one hit. It's crazy.
Yeah. Also this team has Tapu Koko Iron Bundle on it.
Yeah, which is insane.
And I will
The
always
core.
say I love Tinglu as a Pokemon.
I know it's.
This is
Oh,
an
yeah, you go,
annoying
sorry.
defensive core too of Tinglu, Mega Slowbro.
The only problem is that's weak to Toxic because neither of them really have. I mean, Tinglu has Rest, but like.
Gengar,
Rest-
you need it, but can't heal it.
Yeah.
There's no Cleric or anything, but
I mean, there is
I feel like you
Fortress
don't
down
even
there.
really need a Cleric, like. Yeah, also
Uh,
Fortress. I'm a little bit
yeah,
of a Fortress
Fortress.
hater, but
Really? I like Fortress.
Fortress last season did work for me, I will say.
I'm a
I
fan.
know. It
Volt
seems
switch
like
for
something
Pippin?
that I would like use a lot if I drafted it and be mad that I used it a lot.
But it's got every single hazard except Sticky Webs, but
It does have every single
it's
hazard.
hype.
Maybe I'm just being a hater.
It's also just got a really good typing.
I know, and Rapid Spin, and Volt Switch, whatever you need.
That is true. And people
you
hate
can just
bringing
explode.
Hidden Power. Also, like,
And Explosion, yeah.
I guess you wouldn't bring Hidden Power just for Fortress against this team.
Yeah.
Well, what would you bring Hidden Power for, though? I mean, like, that seems like the
Probably
most
just wouldn't
logical
bring
thing.
Hidden Power, right?
I don't know, man. You know me. I like my Hidden
That
Powers.
is true. You always bring Hidden Power.
I
Okay.
do. On.
Uh,
You could count that.
I think that this is a good team. It is worth noting that he basically just redrafted his team after the draft.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Oh, last but not least, we have
Joe and their Nido King's Queen's Gambit.
Gambit,
Which is funny because, like, the Netflix show.
Yeah, that's why.
Okay.
I will, dude. Cyclizar Palmot is already scary.
I'll read this off because there's a couple changes too. So it's Cyclizar, Garchomp, Palmot, Mega Pinsir, Armarouge, Rodamo. Sorry, I'm. There have been a couple changes.
Yeah,
Bronzong,
Freezing Gallery.
Floette Eternal, Golisopod, Avalugg, and Wobbuffet.
Yeah.
What was the other tier 3 that you just said?
Bronzong.
I'm just trying to update a little bit as we do this.
2.
All right. Well, this team, the Cyclizar Palmot is already scary.
Yeah.
And
oh my
Shadow
gosh,
Tag
right.
Wobbuffet too.
This is like facilitate Mega Pinsir the team.
Yeah.
Yeah, just never let hazards up and then try to pass into it and get a sword stance.
Cyclizar Mega
It's insane.
Pinsir is actually a very strong combination that I had not really thought about until this moment.
Same with Cyclizar Amarage.
Oh yeah, that's
Armarouge, yeah,
cleanly
100%.
getting Armarouge in is
Armarouge.
nice.
Honestly, Float Eternal too. That thing can call mine and do a lot of damage. But
I'd
I'd say that would be option 3. Garchomp with Scale Shot.
Joe has maybe the highest value tier 5 in the draft with Wobbuffet.
Yeah. What was Wobbuffet doing in tier 5?
I don't
What
know,
did
guys.
we- what
It's
did we
terrible.
do?
Are you kidding?
I mean,
Just toxic it.
It is
Just
terrible, but it's also annoying because it has Shadow Tag.
a little, but bring toxic on all 6 of your mons and you're good.
Well, yeah,
All
but then I
6.
just had to bring Toxic on all 6 of my mons because my opponent has Wobbuffet.
What I
Right.
think the reason
Toxic's
I don't
good,
like it
right?
in 5 is because it forces you to actually have to play for it. Most tier 5s, you don't really have to play for it. You can be like, oh, I'll just bring this move on
Like
this
Shuckle,
army
you
with
do
it.
though.
But like, yeah, Shuckle as well. But like Shuckle and Wobbuffet, like you actually have to play around these guys.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think you do.
I think you do.
We'll see.
My point being, you can bring Wobbuffet sometimes, and it's not unrealistic for it to kill a Pokemon.
We'll see how Wobbuffet does. I'm clearly not as high on it as you guys are, but
Fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
Well-
not that important, but
we'll see. Yeah.
so what else is there's?
Alrighty. So with that, why don't we point out what we think? Make our little predictions here. You don't pick yourself. All right.
Okay.
Do not pick yourself. But
Fine.
as of right now, what do you think would be the final matchup of the season, based on everyone's teams?
Who goes
AKA
first?
The finals. Whoever wants to go first.
I can go first.
Okay.
I will say, I'm gonna say we got Butts versus Cole in the finals. I think Cole has a very good.
I'm gonna agree with you on the Cole pick because Cole was actually one of my picks, but I'm actually gonna go with Cole and back to Gabrett.
Really? I think I'm gonna go Cole Lucas. I'm not gonna lie.
Wow, so we all like Cole's team.
I think we all like Cole's team.
We all like Cole's team,
It's
yeah.
just like a great rain team that also has Ursa Luna and Zamazenta crowned on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like fun.
I know. I think it's gonna be the Sun versus Rain weather war in the finals.
I could see that. Yeah, Lucas's team is very good.
I really like Roaring Moon and Sun. And
that's fair.
And like I was saying with Cole's team, that team just also randomly has a mega low.
Yeah, also exactly.
Yeah. No, I definitely think Cole could make a run at the end here.
Yeah, we got a lot of confidence in him apparently. Okay.
I know.
All right.
Cole's got a lot
of season left to be played though.
Do we want to shout out any fun teams from the other flights?
From the other flights, well, I will say I know he's my roommate currently, but James's team, the fact that James actually got what he got in Tier 2, he got the Walking Wake Mega Charizard Y with Torkoal.
And Great Tusk, yeah.
He's also dealing with Thundurus, Zoroark, Great Tusk, Steela. It's a good team.
That's very nice.
And then Golduck to deal with anyone trying to flip the weather. I really like that team, and I also really like Snackard's team as well. From Flight 2. I
agree. I think Iron Valiant, Screamtail, Mega Lopunny. I'm just a big Screamtail fan, but yeah, and Gliscor because it can't get toxic.
Milotic too is actually very solid with that.
I agree. That's a pretty good defensive core there.
Oh yeah,
and plus Valiant and Lopunny to deal out all kinds of damage.
Yeah, it's a really good team.
Find this team. What is the name of the team? Okay, it's the
Snacker.
Okay.
Yeah, and then.
Hey, wait!
And
this person also has Iron Valiant Hydreigon.
Yeah, it's a good duo.
I like. Oh yeah, you go. Sorry.
From third flight, I gotta shout out Marley, Scarlet and Green for drafting Hellweather again. Which this is also there's a Walking Wake on this team this time. So we got Walking Wake, Mimikyu, Torkoal, Scovillain, Zard, Politoed, Tapu Bulu. Other Pokemon, but not interesting Pokemon. But I do just think Torkoal Politoed is a very fun mind game to present your opponent every week, and there's a Walking Wake too.
There's just also a Cleaver on that team, which is very interesting.
Yeah, there's Cleaver, Sand.
Yeah,
and I didn't read literally all of the Pokemon.
I will say, I'm looking at Tier 3 right now. Cody's team looks disgusting. Chien-Pao, Sneasler, Arcanine, Hisui. Garchomp, Forward, Hisui.
There's no switch-ins.
Wow.
No, Cody's team is totally different. Cody's the one who totally redid his team.
Oh, okay.
Cody's team has like an Annihilate on it now.
Oh, really?
Jesus, even then.
How'd you drop that team? Come on.
That is.
I can't believe it.
That team does look very good, but also Speesquack, Oops All Pokemon first picked Tapu Koko and then just picked all the Pokemon with iron in their name, which was funny.
It's a valid.
I mean, and this team has Tapu Koko, Iron Valiant, Iron Bundle, I mean, it's gonna be really annoying.
Did it get Iron Bundle?
Yeah, because the person who drafted Chien-Pao dropped Chien-Pao, and then the person who drafted Iron Bundle dropped Iron Bundle for Chien-Pao. So then he was able to get Iron
That's really
Bundle.
funny. Interesting. Huh. I don't know. I think, yeah. I was going to say back to Flight 2, I like the Mega Alakazam Chien-Pao Spectrier team because it's like 3 of the fastest Pokemon and the strongest Pokemon in the format.
That is a really good team.
That's also going to be tough to switch into. And then Cleavor to set up rocks for those 3. And plus Orthworm to shed tail into them. I think it's pretty good.
On that team too.
Fortress to deal with hazards for more hazards.
Yeah. I think it's going to be tough to beat that. But
is there anyone else you guys want to shout out for these?
I don't think I think everyone has drafted a cool and fun team, and I'm very
I agree.
interested to see how this goes because I think, I mean, going through the top flight, we didn't have anything bad to say about really any of those
No.
teams. Like, obviously,
There's so much stuff you can do.
discrepancies. So some are better than others, but I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
think anyone has drafted just a train wreck. So
I agree.
I will. Do we want to do predictions for the bottom two flights on who we think
Oh,
will
yeah.
come up? On who we think will come up?
oh,
I think we
who will
should.
come up. Sure. How many
So-
people come up from each?
2 come up from each.
Okay.
So we're picking the top 2. Do we want to start with third flight or second flight?
Start with third. Why not?
Okay, that's a good idea.
So coming up to second flight, I'm gonna go with. Looking at these teams, I'm gonna go with my prediction being Ray and Marley. I'm gonna go Ray and Marley.
All right. I gotta pick the people that I know. I'm gonna say, Jack and Cameron make it out. That is totally literally just because I know them. But I do think both of them have very good teams.
Fair enough.
I think Earthworm is
Oh yeah, with the double shed. That's crazy.
annoying.
I think Speesquack makes it to the top 2 because I think the electric terrain plus every single paradox is ridiculous.
That is pretty ridiculous too. Yes,
is
especially
pretty
now
wild.
that he has Iron Bundle too.
Yeah, I know. And then I think I have to go Draco with that rain team. Because Pelipper plus Zapdos plus Basket Legion plus Scissor in the rain.
Yeah,
Like,
Draco
that-
drafted even more typical rain
And
than like
Ludicolo. Yeah, I think that's going to be insane to beat. And plus, it's got Haxorus with the first impression. So, like, he's got super strong priority.
That is pretty good.
That is true.
Yeah.
All right, so wow, we got 6 different answers. So we have
Yeah,
less, we also looked at these teams less thoroughly to be
Yeah.
that's true. Less consensus on this
All
one.
right.
Okay,
Second flight now.
I feel like, but you are gonna have a strong opinion on this because you stared at the sheet a
Oh.
lot.
Yes, I have. So if I'm gonna be honest, I think I have to go with Jimbo because the Spectre, Chanpao, Mega Alakazam, and then being able to shed tail onto them and get up rocks with Cleavor, it just seems too good to not make the finals. And then I have to go, I think CAD from there because Cyclizar into Volcarona, I've already seen it work once. Like in the first game, he got 6 kills with Volcarona, and I really have the faith that CAD can take that to the top of the second flight.
All right, Dash.
Okay, I'm gonna agree with Cad because I'm looking at Cad's team and it's pretty sick. Because there's also like, actually this is just a bunch of Pokemon that I like because there's a Kartana and a Toxapex on there too.
Yeah.
But I do think Cad's team is very good, and Cyclizar into Volcarona is gross. Cyclizar into like
Yes.
Sandy Shocks too can be gross. And then I like Snacker's team, the Iron Valiant, Hydreigon,
Yeah.
Screamtail,
That's a really good
Honey,
team.
Gliscor, Melodic, other Pokemon, but I would say those are my predictions.
So for me, I'm gonna go with. I agree with the Jimbo pick. I really like the Spectre Alakazam Champion thing. That
I
is
think
just
that
gross.
team is super good too, yeah.
And I'm also gonna go with a little kind of not really wild card, but something we haven't talked about, which is Ram's team.
I see.
Ram looks like just an overall solid team. Like there's not really much like it's not like insane, it's not like overpowered or anything like that, but it does work.
I
You know what I
agree.
mean?
Yeah, the Dragonite and Mega Dancy's like super good too.
Dragonite,
Quagsire Ferrothorn is really solid.
Yeah, and I've-
Tapu Fini too. Tapu Fini is.
Hmm.
I've seen him use Armor Rouge before because he ended up like the second seed in the OSU Draft League. But he's a good battler too, and he's really good with using Armor Rouge, like and getting the weak armors up and whatnot. So I think this is not a super dark horse pick because I think he's a really good battler. So I could
Oh, yeah.
see it.
And also, not to mention that that tournament run, Ram was the first person out of the top flight.
Oh,
So, yeah, that was.
I didn't know that, but
All right.
Well, yeah.
Well, we got a lot of draft league games.
A lot of to go.
A lot of scoring to go. Yeah.
I'm excited for this season. Excited to see where everyone lands.
I am too. We'll see how well all these weather teams do, because I feel like we wound up being pretty high on a lot of the weather teams.
Yeah, especially the rain teams with Basket Legion.
I mean, it is.
It makes sense. Yeah.
It is a rain team with Basket Legion, so you can't really.
Yeah.
Do you guys think Basket Legion does well enough that we ban it for next season?
I mean, we
even discussed.
I would not be surprised if that winds up happening.
There's potential. Yeah.
I could see it. Yeah. We'll have to find out.
We'll find out next time on GNDL.
Oh yeah. and that's
that was
the
good.
perfect moment to end it. Thank you for listening. If you listen to this. All right.
If you listen to our beautiful, awesome, amazing, sexy voices this long,
and
you are incredible.
This PNG of a draft.
All right.
All right.
Alrighty,
Have
thank
a
you
nice
guys.
night, gamers.